morning, everybody. I'll not steal the show. It's all about Kapil Paji today. Just to give you a quick background about myself, my name is Dhruv Verma. I run a company called Thriwe. We are a fast-growing startup from India with our presence across Middle East, Southeast Asia, and expanding into Africa. We are in the benefits of the platform space, and we primarily work in the B2B segment, servicing almost all the banks in the UAE as well.
But there's also a discussion about leadership, and I think that was one of the key aspects, that leading by example, leading by integrity, adaptability, and staying calm under pressure. I think the odds that we had in 1983 somewhere was 66 against 1. I think in that kind of scenario, to have the belief, tell us something about that journey. I know you have spoken about it a million times, but for this audience, one more, please.
No, I think the word, what you say, pressure, I say pleasure. It's not a pressure. When you love something and you go and express yourself, it can't be a pressure. It's the wrong word. I would say it's American, bring these type of words and try to put it to our brain. When you are in love age of 18, 16 or whatever age, you are enjoying, you're not. Same with cricket. Cricket was my love. So I was just enjoying. What is the meaning of pressure? Recently, I heard the cricketers talking about IPL playing. There's so much pressure. And I said, don't play. Who asked you to play? It's a very simple thing. When you love something, it cannot be a pressure. If you love study, it's not. If you love your job today, it can't be a pressure. It have to be a pleasure. So I always maintain that the cricket gave me a pleasure and happiness. How can it be a pressure to me? And people make it, story maker are much bigger people in this world than people like us. We are nothing because they are the one who come out and give the stories. This is what happened. I said, okay, really? I forgotten that. And that's what it is. And I must say that there is no pressure as such. The word should be more pleasure. Whatever you are doing, enjoying. You're representing the country, you're making money, and people loves you, and you say pressure. I think it's not right. The word should change. Just go and enjoy yourself rather than say it's too much pressure. Did I force anybody to play? No. Did anybody force me to play? No. Then it can't be a pressure.
Amazing. I think now remove the pressure and make it pleasure in our dictionaries as well, just like so I'm going to ask a similar question to Dhruv. Obviously, journey of an entrepreneur startup is not easy. There are similar moments what Kapil Paji went through in 1983. What about your journey? What have been those times where you have converted pressure into pleasure?
Well, I think I'll completely resonate with what Paji said. While the world said that, oh my God, there's so much pressure, I went through the 9 yards of entrepreneurship, which happens with a lot of people, and that always stays behind the scenes. I enjoyed every moment of it. I never felt, I remember being in a very successful corporate job till about 2012, and then 2014 there was a day when my son came and asked me for, I think, a Happy Meal from McDonald's, and I said, sorry, I can't afford it. People said, oh my God, this guy is gone. I said, it's okay, I'll buy my McDonald's tomorrow. So, it's all about your thinking.
Sorry, not the McDonald's burger, but the McDonald's you buy.
I'll buy my McDonald's bloody franchise tomorrow. What's wrong with that? So it's all about, it's all in your head, how you see the situation. I think what Paji, very interestingly, the 175 run innings, I've only heard about it and seen that in the movie. The way he batted, I think he was just enjoying himself out there. And I always say this to my fellow entrepreneurs. Enjoy the journey. Don't start looking at entrepreneurship with the lens, oh my God, how will I do it? Just say, I have to do this. I love this and I will do this. With that thinking, things will move. You can move the mountains with that thinking.
How was the pressure in those days from family when you were doing those tours? What was the support system? Was there anything called work-life balance in those days?
I made my life differently. I never took cricket into the bedroom, and bedroom I didn't talk to people about that. I think two different things. And the small story, once I was playing in Chennai and I come back from the ground and she said, how was the day? I said, not very good. It was okay. How much you made? I said, 0. She looked at me and smiled. You want a cup of tea? I said, yeah, sure. She gave me a cup of tea and that's it. I never eaten in my room, so we went to the restaurant, both of us, and the people saying, well played, well. They said, why are you saying? I said, I made 49. She said, only 49, not even 50. I said, from 0, I need 49. She's not happy. From 0, I made 49. I said, the team was out for 100, so I made 49. It was great. So we finished the talk and we come back to the room after the dinner and the cake was there. Well played. So she said, for 49 they send you the cake? I said, they are idiot. What can I do? I mean, they send the cake. Enjoy the cake. And next morning she's seen the paper headline, front page, I made 100. She said, why didn't you tell me? I said, only thing, will the food have tasted differently or not? So let's not bring the work into the bedroom and bedroom into the playground. So keep it separate. Life become much more easy. That's what I did with myself.
What's your story on that? What's your take on that?
Well, work life, it's again in the head. I always keep telling my friends and they keep telling me, in a year, I still spend more time with my kids than most of my corporate friends who are in the corporate world. Because when I'm out,
ask your kids also that.
well, this is what I think at least. Wherever I am in the world, I try to get back home on a Saturday and not travel till a Monday afternoon. And those 2 days are theirs. It's all in your head. We make such fuss about it. And once you don't enjoy the situation, everything around you, I think you manifest what you feel, right? If you manifest everything is okay, your kids going to enjoy your company, they're going to say you're giving us enough time. So I look at life very differently. I've been called that, yes, I have a very, very extreme way of looking at things, but I think it keeps me happy, it keeps my family happy, and I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as you're making money.
Yes, well, that's something
that's very important. It's not you work 5 days and end of the day you can't take your kid for a McDonald's.
So
that's very important.
Yeah, those were the 9 yards of entrepreneurship.
So
now I try to make the ends meet somehow, so I'm happy.
I think we all know that your character building happens very early in your childhood. It's important for us to know what we saw a 24-year-old couple telling the world, I am here to win. But how did the character formation happen? Is there any incident from childhood that you want to share?
I think over the years, what you carry from your family is the character. Slowly, either you built on that or you let it go. So I think it's a very important in my life is the character. Because I feel Japanese has a character, German has a character, you can say Sardar has a character, Tamilian has a character. Character can take you if you keep up with that. Don't try to mix up. Whatever your personality should come out, and 90% or 80% come from the background where you come from. And how you polish that, that's the most important thing. And I remember when I was young, 14 years old, and once I come back home crying, and I got more thrashing. Go and hit him and come back. We will save you. The character is important. Don't keep coming back home with the tears. No. You had a fight, sort it out your fight, and you hit them, we'll sort it out. But don't come back in I think that character which we were trying to work out with the cricket team. Cricket was, the difference was in the cricket team was, I always say that they are very cultured people.
Yeah.
Cricketers.
Extra few.
I come from a very agriculture background. all the cricketer, because come from a cultured background is Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Bangalore, all English speaking, and I come from a Desi background, and it was change of a culture. First time in the team meeting we start talking in Hindi, and it was a shock to know you people, like for 60 years team meeting, Indian team meeting, in the dressing room is talking only English. And that change was very, very important. What you can express in your own language, I don't think so you can express is foreign language.
Absolutely.
And okay, some of the people, that foreign language was their basic language, but I would still say, when you have to abuse somebody, come from the guts and say it, and that's what the character is all about.
Yes.
I think character is very, very important in life.
Amazing. I think
Whichever way you take it. In your office also, you can see the people, even Pune has a character you will appreciate end of the day. Yeah, he has a good character. He will come out straight on the face and say. And somebody come out and don't say, but they have no character as such. Slippery people are not going to reach on top.
Yeah.
That's what I believe, and that's what I put it to the team. I said to all my seniors, they were my heroes. I used to say whatever I feel on the field. Off the field, I used to say, sorry, yaar. I'm sorry, because that's my job on the field. Off the field, you're my captain, you're my senior, you're my heroes. If I use some hard word on the field, that's the job they've given me. But I think off the field, you're still my heroes. When I entered the team, they used to call me JB. Front of me, James Bond.
Okay.
Behind me, they used to say Jad Buddhi is thick skin. So as far as I know, yeah, and they used to say, is James Bond? Front of me and behind me, Jad Buddhi is a thick skin. So after when I become a captain and they start understanding me, and I only said to them, I learn a lot about you people, you cultured people, learn something from agriculture side also. It will help you. And people in this room also, don't forget, those agriculture people can give you a lot more determination than cultured people.
Amazing. Thank you. Any advice for the people in the room on the business side, leadership side, from your experiences?
Now, I think there is not only one way to reach on top. You can take a lift, you can take a staircase. You have to reach on top. But understand, it's the best way is you taking people along with you.
Amazing.
If you take people along with you, you will have a more time to enjoy yourself. And if you reach on top alone, there's nobody. That's always says. So my job was to take the team with me, even though my thought process was different. But I always believe if you want to be successful, you have to take team with you. In a family, you become very rich and your brother and sister are not rich. So there is no fun.
Yeah.
Whom you're going to spend more time? You have to spend more time with your close one. And you have to take them. But most of the people in this fast-paced life, you forget your friends. You forget your people. You want to reach on top. But there is nobody alone. What you will do there on top? And that's what I say to all the corporate world. Take the people with you.
Massive lessons of life. Thank you. I think, again, through coming to... Yeah, let's clap it. Everybody. Let's applause it, yeah. I think I've seen your journey from a small 20-member team to a 300 odd. So taking people with you, how do you manage when your team grows like that exponentially?
And as a entrepreneur, I strongly believe in the pulse within the impulse. I always tell my team, don't let your impulse die. There's a lot of contrary thought to the word impulse, that you can't be impulsive. I think impulsive is the most real thing that can happen to each one of us. And if we are able to work on our impulses, it can really make magic happen. I keep telling my team, please go and make mistakes and come back and tell me with a smile. We'll celebrate every failure, because once we celebrate that, then you cross the line.
Amazing.
Work on your impulses.
I would only change in cricket ground. I always used to say dropping a catch is no problem, but not trying and going for the catch which I don't like. Go. Give your 100%. You might take a brilliant catch, but when you avoid, you will not reach. You will never take a catch.
We all have our influencers or people that we look up to. In the journey that you did, especially at the age when you were leading India, was there anybody you were looking up to as an inspiration?
Every day. Because I think, understand that is as good as your heroes. My hero keep on changing. Every day, I'm looking for the new hero.
Amazing.
A lot of people say, as a youngster, this is my hero. No. If that's your hero, it doesn't change. That means your growth is stopped.
Oh.
You have to make sure, look for a hero who can impress you every second day or every year. Say, yeah, he's the man. Well done. But don't stop there. There are better people than that also. My brother was my hero. He could do everything. I couldn't do that. My father was. But when I travel around the country, then I start meeting much better, much bigger people. So that become your heroes. My last hero, how people become your hero is very amazing. Is people who can impress you, which you can't do, they can do it. And last hero, I met him, I was amazed by him. I said, how can a person let it go? And I'm talking about Nelson Mandela. I met him, he invited me, I went, and when I studied about him, a 26 and a half years lived in a jail. When he come out, first wording was that, I pardon everybody who put me behind the bar.
Amazing.
You need guts. Somebody abuse you, you don't let it go. And this man who lived in a jail for 26 years, when he come out, he said, Maaf kiya. I let everybody go. I think you need those type of character, and those people become your heroes.
I know you have done a journey. It was the leap of faith to leave a corporate world and then a hardship that you've gone through. So what's your inspiration? What's your look up to?
I always, the people used to say this, and I used to always laugh at them. They used to say, it is not about money beyond a point, or at a stage you will realize. And today, looking back, the journey was not about money. The more I made the journey about money, the more it became difficult. The more I made the journey about creating an institution, the more it became easier. I think it's about being mindless to being mindful. And that's a journey that we all play. As an entrepreneur, when you start off, a lot of us are very mindless and just wanting to do more and more. From there, if the transition starts to being mindful, I think I'm still 5% there, if not a little less. But that's what I have taken away from this journey. And it just keeps you going. Some people ask me, why, you take 200 flights a year, you sleep most of your days, nights in the plane. I love it. I'm not tired. I just enjoy it. And that's where it is not about money. It's not about commercial. It's not about money. It's about wealth creation. And wealth cannot be defined as the dollars in your bank account.
Paji, there's T20 after T50 overs, and now there's T10 that has started. I'm sure there will be very soon T5 as well. Where does it leave the Test cricket? I know people still enjoy Test cricket. Some of the results that are coming are amazing. But do you think it's going to survive? It's going to thrive?
Why think negative? Think positive. I think it may be one day then you can only do the toss and say you won, you lost. No, I think this generation don't have a time with themselves. These new generation come out such a fast world. They live on mobile. I think it's a phase. Don't worry, we all. It's a phase. I think it will get over, and we'll come back to that. If you see in last 15 years, all people are coming back what it used to be 1,000 years back. Your yogas and your medicine coming back to the basic. I think we will understand. The world goes when music come out, that Walkman, everybody used to listen Walkman. You go in the plane, 90% people, it's a phase. I think this will get over. I don't think so. If ICC, the cricket institution, has proper mind, cricket will not die. Yes, new things will keep emerging and excitement will give to the people. It's going to happen. But I don't think so it will die that. Only way it will die if the institution want to kill that game. Otherwise, it will remain there throughout.
I've seen the company evolve from a golf company to what you do today. What's the vision and obviously the evolution journey for your company and yourself?
For us, we are very clear. We want to keep growing in the benefits as a platform ecosystem. We've just scratched the surface. We're operating out of India. We've gained some presence for ourselves there. Middle East is the market where we want to create depth. And there's so much to do. We want to continue building more and more markets for ourselves. At the same time, I want to ensure that today we have 300 people. Tomorrow we may have 500 people. Those 500 families, when they think about Thrive, when those people come to the office in the morning, they should just be happy. And we focus a lot on that aspect of running an organization. If all my team members cannot wake up in the morning and say, oh, office jana hai. If that feeling is not there and they say, yes, I want to go to office, if we can create that excitement in them and their families can be happy, that's it. I think we've done our job.
I would like to say the similar when he was talking about that. In the cricket team, we used to say, anybody used to ask me, Paji, how long we are practicing. I said, you can go right now. When you're having fun, you don't see the watch.
You decided not to take any kind of administrative role in the cricketing institution.
They didn't give me.
All right.
I mean, I think it's wrong because certain people don't compromise. I don't want to compromise anywhere. And when you don't compromise, then you say, I rather stay away. Because again, it will come to the first question of the day was your personality. It's very, very important. And like the Congress asked me, BJP asked me, all the people said, fight. I said, I have no hassle fighting election, but can I speak my mind? In politics, only boss can speak, rest is just follow. I'm not like that. If I feel he's wrong, I'll tell him. Even he's sponsoring me, I say, I don't agree with you. This is not right. So your personality is very important.
Right.
That's the way I am. So that's why I never taken any job because I don't think so they could have handled me on that.
This movie is obviously a dramatized version, but everybody still wants to know, is there anything that has been missed out? Is there any anecdote of 83 that you want to share?
You can't bring a movie, 3 hours movie in 30 days work. I think it's not possible. So they pick up the top stories and they put it. The best part about this movie, I don't know how people like it or not, but we can only say, when we were sitting, all 15 players, we said, we don't want to talk about this movie collectively. Let's everybody give their side of the story. When I'm saying about how I see the World Cup, then nobody I want from my team because I am expressing myself. Because in a group, certain people are very aggressive, are very expressive, and certain people are very quiet and very, like Roger Binney, he hardly talk. But when somebody goes to him, spend 2 days, he will speak something. Then his side of the story come out. That's why we enjoy this movie, because it's not collectively story. It's every individual come out and given the story, and then they put it on the plate. So 95 to 98%, whatever they shown in the movie is truth. The only thing they change the character from here to there, where Shrikant winking the queen, it's true. It's true. But it's not happened with the queen, it happened with Mrs. Gandhi. So they pick the story which they sounds very good, they put it there. So all those stories was true. There is nothing. That young kid which was saying that, it wasn't a young kid. It was a grown-up West Indian guy who believed more than my team, India will win. From very first day. So they changed the character but not the story.
Now that you're telling us it was not the Queen and it was Mrs. Gandhi, did she reply back to Shrikant or?
No, actually what happened, it's the funniest story. And he just come from Chennai, Madras, a young boy, and he has that twitching thing. Certain people have that. And we were standing in a line, and we said, everybody, Chika, a prime minister coming, you can't twitch, it doesn't look, it's very rude. And he said, okay. So I was introducing Mrs. Gandhi, and next to me was Sunil Gavaskar. Now, anybody during that period meets Sunil Gavaskar will spend 30 seconds extra. And she was talking to Sunil Gavaskar, well done, whatever, I've forgotten what she was talking and both. And Shrikant was the next, like an opener then. And he was standing like that, like a dead fish, giving the look. And suddenly, whole team, photograph if you see, whole team looking like this to Shrikant, what he's doing. And Mrs. Gandhi's body movement was there and moving, but hand was there. And when reached to Shrikant, he let it go. And we all come to the dressing room. Chika, we call him Chika. It's Chika, what is this? Said, promise, Kapil Bhai, Sunny Bhai, promise. She's the one who started first. Because she also had that twitching, like she used to do that. And when two people of the same kind you meet, you can't stop. If I put it in very simple, when you represent the country, in my own language, Hindi, वो कहते हैं कि there was बहुत खूबसूरत रास्ता है, तो पता करो इसकी मंजिल कहाँ है. It's a beautiful route and find out. It's beautiful. The flowers, right, left, and beautiful path. Find out where is the destination. He said, if the destination is beautiful, don't bother about the path. Because the destination to play for the country was far more, as a kid, beautiful than looking for struggle. There was no struggle as such for me because the journey was so beautiful. If you fail that journey, then you say it's a struggle. But if you reach on top, then you say it's a beautiful journey. Same journey become beautiful if you reach on top, and same journey if you don't reach on top, it's a struggle. That's the difference. If I have not played for the country, what I said the same thing to Bachchan Saab also. Amitabh Bachchan keep on saying most of the time, Zindagi Sangharsh hai. I said Sangharsh unke liye hai जिन्होंने achieve नहीं किया. Every Indian want to be in your footstep, in your shoes. And you can't say struggle, you can say journey. So I never say I struggled in my life. It's beautiful journey I had.
Your innings of 175 that transformed Indian cricket, if there's anything that you would like to share.
When things happening like that against you, you always remember Almighty. God save me today, God save me today. And that's what I did, because when your concentration have to increase, you go to Almighty. You narrow down your thinking and put the blinkers there and say, today is the time. I have to look after myself. I have to look after the team. And that's what it happened. And in very positive manner, I was scared because, situation like that never occurred in cricket. So suddenly you're 17 for 5 and you're not bothered about what people will say. You curse yourself more than anybody else. People is going to say what they are going to say. You play well, they are going to say yes. You don't play well, they're going to criticize. But within yourself, your whole life, work is depending there. And you have to express yourself. And then the concentration of human being is the most important thing. Lot of story comes out, I don't remember any. Because I was in a different place altogether. I keep on saying that, Acha, this is what happened. I don't remember because I was in a zone ki just, I don't want to remember anything. Only few things I remember. I asked when I entered Yashpal, what happened? I was taking a bath. He said, nothing. They are coming and going, coming and going. So sometime if you don't know, you haven't seen that, it's a good for you. Because you're not scared. When you see all the negative side, your heart starts pounding much more than that. And I was just said, okay, relax, relax, just be there, just be there. And that's what we said in cricket. Cricket is not 5 days game or 1 day or 60. That 3 seconds when he's bowling and you're facing. That's what cricket is. The storyteller will tell out, he was thinking whole night, he didn't sleep, all that rubbish. And that I said, just put your mind there, just put your mind. And your mind is very difficult to put it there. Any good face you see, your mind start going around.
Which one did you like more, batting or bowling?
Oh, you're married? How many kids you have? Which one you like more? Yeah, so I think when you play, I didn't want to talk ever batting or bowling. I love cricket. That is more than that. It's not batting or bowling and even fielding. When you love somebody, you love in totality. You can't say only I love that part. When you're in love, you love the person 100%. I love the game totally.